Ashley here. Welcome to my channel. You've been led to this reading because there's some sort of important opportunity that's coming into your life that your spiritual team wants you to be aware of so that you don't miss it, because it feels very much like a once in a lifetime sort of thing. It's something that will be affecting your life for a very long time to come. So without further ado, let's go ahead and find out what this life-changing opportunity is. 3 options for today's reading. This is option number 1 over here with the gold stone, option number 2 with clear quartz, and option number 3 with this gorgeous stone heart. So see which option you're mostly drawn to. Use your intuition on that one. If you do need a bit more time to make your decision, pause the video because we're going to go ahead and get started with option number 1. Option number 1, and welcome to your reading, guys. Get comfy. Let's go ahead and get started. So what life-changing opportunity is coming into your life? This is a timeless reading, but I would say this is within the next 1 to 2 months, no longer than that. It's literally coming in soon. So let's take a look. Life-changing opportunity coming into your life. Truth be told. Opening up to help. So this is what they're telling me. There's an energy of you opening up to what you truly want. It's like they're showing me like it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's like 3 things are going to be happening to you. Option number 1. This is very specific. So if it doesn't resonate with you, try the other options, because here I'm seeing a very specific picture being painted. Here, you've become so brave with yourself, so open with yourself. You've done so much healing, you've gone through so much pain, you've gone through so many hardships, that you finally realize that the only way to move forwards in life, the only way to be happy, is to be incredibly honest with yourself, even if sometimes it hurts, even if sometimes it makes other people uncomfortable. But this is what you have come to. And this is very much like the energy of the Temperance over here, because they're showing me number 14. They're showing me the energy of, being open to the world. And that creates a very necessary shift, because for a lot of you, I see that the mask is taken off. A mask that you, like of a persona you have created for a very long time, where you're trying to be somebody else, where you're trying to act in a certain way, and you're finally taking it off. It was a beautiful mask. It was almost flawless. It was, it was a mask that could create a very beautiful illusion of who you are, but deep underneath, it was never really, like you were never really happy. And here there is something about taking that mask off, and it feels good. It feels good to breathe. So I see you opening up to yourself and saying, okay, this is what I truly want. And for quite a few of you, there's something very artistic, singing, dancing, performing, and being connected with your feminine energies. So what I see for you is an opportunity to open up, because there's a man, a masculine energy coming through over here to help you. Very specifically to help you open up this energy of femininity. And for a lot of you, it's going to lead you towards creativity, creatively expressing yourself. Here you are accepting that you need help, that you need guidance, that you can't do everything by yourself. And that persona that you have created, it was alienating people from who you truly are. And here there's a lot of masculine energy coming through. for both males and females out there watching. A masculine energy that wants to help you, wants to guide you. So for some of you, you have been dealing with toxic masculinity. And there's an opportunity to heal that. A fantastic opportunity. A really once in a lifetime opportunity. It's almost like the universe is like, I'm going to give this to you. It's up to you whether you take it or not. It's an opportunity not only to be helped, but to see things from a very different perspective. So for a lot of you, you viewed masculinity as something toxic, as something domineering, manipulative, something sneaky. Here, you're going to see it from a different perspective. And again, only if you allow yourself to do so. The choice is always yours. For a lot of you, you're going to be honest with yourself and say, yes, I do need that help. I do need that support. I do need that leg up. For some of you, you're going to be meeting a producer. Yeah, you guys are missing somebody. But you're going to be meeting a producer. You're going to be meeting somebody who has connections to help you with your artistic, outreach is coming back. The word outreach is coming through. Because here you're becoming more balanced, you're becoming more stable. You are opening up to those feminine energies of receptivity, of nurturing. And it comes back to yourself. It's a very beautiful energy of being able to create healthy relationships between masculine and feminine. To heal the masculine within you. Because it was either overpowering and toxic within you, or you were surrounded by those energies for a very long time. So there is a man coming through as a consequence of you opening up to help you open up to your feminine energies, open up to your creative side. Let's unravel this a little bit more. Let's unravel this. Truth be told. Yeah, look at this. You've been in this energy of sacrificing yourself, of suffering for way too much. And again, look at this. It's like a golden mask. Normally this would mean an epiphany. Upright, this would mean an epiphany. But here it's like the epiphany you didn't want to see, the truth that you didn't want to see. And finally over here you're opening up. You're opening up to the truth. That a lot of sacrifices, a lot of suffering, a lot of being stuck was because you weren't able to see the truth about something. And now you're telling yourself the truth. Yang energy. It has a lot to do with sexual energy as well. It comes very unexpectedly. This man could be in his 30s, 30s, maybe late 20s, early 30s, mid 30s. Don't worry about too much age. It's more about the energy of the person himself. Somebody with quite a hot temper. Somebody who is brave, ambitious, somebody who comes through to really give you an opportunity to change his life. Your sensuality and sexuality is being awakened over here. Here this very much feels like a very healthy masculine energy. Like they have their shit together. And they're very sexual, very charismatic. So the universe is like, no more training. Let's get to the actual stuff. Let's get to the actual lesson. Let's get to the actual opportunity. They might give you a choice. Like you always have a choice, but they might present you with a choice. Do you want to stay or do you want to go? Because it could be here. They're showing me moving to a place that's very hot. And this person is going to be very attracted to you. very attracted to you. Poised. Signing a contract, getting paperwork. This person is impressed by you, impressed by the real talents that you have, by the rawness. He might even come into your life when you've taken the mask off, yeah, and you might be sad or upset or crying or in a shitty mood. You know what I mean? It's like here, it's the energy of being vulnerable and raw, and the universe is like, you've done this, well done. Like it was difficult thing to do, and the universe is like, well done. Here is your opportunity that can change you, that can change your life, that can change a lot of things for you. So this feels very much like a contract. This very much feels like a guidance and advice that they can give you when it comes to your artistic expression. However you choose to express yourself. But this is also about the yin energy, about femininity. Okay. Should you accept this opportunity, where does it lead you to? Let me grab another deck. Should you accept this opportunity, where does it actually lead you to? Look at this again, a contract. This feels very much like making something legal, making something official. I see you signing something that's very important. So for some of you, it's a job contract. It's a contract to have your art, your creations being seen. There's growth indicated over here. This could potentially be, for those of you whom it's going to resonate with, there's also a contract that has to do with visa, getting paperwork for visa, because you might end up being in a different place, going to a different place, creating a new soul contract. And yeah, look at this. There's love, a man holding a heart, a new relationship. A new relationship that ends up with you being married to this person, legally bound to this person. My God, the guy is so hot. Like, I mean, the energy over here, the yang, the Knight of Wands, very sexual, very charismatic, very, oof, guys, very hot. And very smart as well. Thinking outside the box. And look at this. They're saying you could have all this amazing opportunity that will lead you to this within 1 to 2 months. So this is my where I'm going to end. This is where I'm going to end your reading. Lovely option number 1. I can't stop staring at him. He's throwing me off my game, this man. Hope you enjoyed it and it resonated. Don't forget to claim the magic of this reading down in the comments below. If you guys are up for a personal reading, do send me an email. The email is in the description box below. So it's the link to my Patreon page with over 80 exclusive videos to help you guys rediscover yourselves. So make sure to check it out. Alright, take care now guys. Bye. Option number 2, and welcome to your reading, guys. If you were drawn to the clear quartz, let's find out what life-changing opportunity is coming into your life. I was saying to option number 1, the time frame for this timeless reading is 1 to 2 months, yeah? So whenever it finds you, that's the exact right time for it to find you. But the prediction is good for 1 to 2 months. after watching this reading. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look. Life-changing opportunity for option number 2. New life already. Bringing in some strong energies over here, okay? Wow, option number 2. A lot of you here are almost like a magician archetype that's coming through. It feels like you guys might be working with energies. You might be somebody who's very good when it comes to working with energies. You're very particular when it comes to things, when it comes to people, when it comes to foods. You guys are very picky, very discerning. A lot of people give you shit about it, but I think you've learned to live with it. You've learned to live with certain standards. You've learned to live with certain expectations, and a lot of you're no longer kind of demanding things from people. You're just like looking at them from afar. You're like, okay, can this person give me what I want or not? Is this the type of restaurant that I want to eat in or not? Is this the type of community that I want to stay in or not? And it's interesting that your spiritual team is kind of giving you thumbs up for not settling down, for not questioning yourself. Like sometimes you question yourself, of course, it's normal, but most of the time you're like, this isn't for me, this isn't for me. And it feels like you've been traveling around for quite some time, maybe even within your country, within other countries, looking for your soul tribe, looking for your community, imagining how life should be like, and you couldn't find them. And the interesting thing is, they're saying your spiritual team is coming through to let you know that you couldn't find them because you need to create it yourself. You need to imagine it yourself, and you need to be the leader you wish you had. Yeah, because a lot of you might have been looking for guidance, for some sort of direction to find a community that's already ready. And they're saying that those communities are formed by somebody. Yeah, there's always like somebody first who reaches out to other person and says hello. Yeah. And they're saying that you wanted to be the one who comes into a community and is being greeted. Yeah, you want to be the little giraffe. But they're saying you have the energy already of a big giraffe, because you have this vision of a life that you want to live. And they're saying, well, now you have this fantastic opportunity to create this life. Because you realize that, you know, even if you go into a house that's already built, and it seems to be perfect, you know, the wallpaper might be a different color. The taps might be a different shape. So for you, you're the type of person, option number 2, who needs to create things for themselves from scratch, because there's a bit of a perfectionistic vibe that's coming through on the background. I keep hearing like, yeah, a bit of a perfectionist. But you know, you are who you are, and you're owning it and you're claiming it, and that's beautiful, because you guys have a great imagination, your power of vision is phenomenal. Like, they're literally giving me energy of phenomenal. But sometimes it feels like you don't want to put in too much effort and too much energy into creating something new. But that was before. And now you realize that this is the only way that there is going to be satisfaction in your life. Where you create the community you want, where you build the house that you want, where you take a blank canvas, yeah, instead of trying to make changes to the canvas with the picture already on it, you're creating something from scratch. And it's not as hard as it sounds. It's actually going to give you a lot of excitement. It actually brings a lot of excitement, and it gets this energetic exchange going, and it gets your intuition and inspiration going. For a lot of you over here, option number 2, you could be writers. You could be composers, you could be somebody who is very good when it comes to communication, telling stories. You yourself are the guide, yeah? And your guides are saying, like, stop downplaying your abilities. Because it's time for a new life that's for you, not for somebody else. You're not like, you need to become the main player in your life, not an extra. Like imagine the poster for like a movie that's your life. It should be your name, not somebody else's, not your parents, not your partners, not your whoever. It should be your name. And here you're becoming the main character in your life. And it's interesting, for some of you, it's going to be an opportunity to star in a movie or a commercial or a TV series. That just came through like a like a running, I don't know what you call them. You know when you're watching the news and there's this running thingy underneath, I don't know. You know what I'm saying. You guys are good when it comes to imagining. You guys are good when it comes to visualizing things. So there's going to be a life-changing opportunity to create, to imagine something that leads you to forming, to bringing your soul family together over here, to bringing that community together. Let's go deeper. Deeper, be more specific. New life, imagine community. You guys are the leader. You have your ancestors helping you big time over here. Big time over here with the Hierophant. It's time to be reborn. It's time to, again, they're saying, be your own leader. Because you're creating something new, something that people will follow. People are going to be following you. People are going to be coming to you for advice. You might literally be presented with an opportunity to create some sort of blueprint. They're showing me a blueprint, a plan for a new life. Why is there a block? Show me what you're not letting go of. Your talents, they weren't, like, again, it's about not fitting in. It's about your talents not being recognized. And they're saying you kept pushing. But here, you're imagining a new life. And you will have a life-changing opportunity to bring this life into 3D. To build, like, you might not be happy where you live, who you live with, the community, like, because here it's the energy of not being accepted. It's the energy of not being able to work with people. You grew out of this. They're telling me you grew out of it. It's all very much about work. They're saying under the right conditions, under the right circumstances, there's so much more that you can create. So you have a life-changing opportunity now to be the leader that you wish you had, to build a new life over here. You're waking up. You're imagining things, and you will have a life-changing opportunity to build that life the way that you always wanted. And it has a lot to do with work. It has a lot to do with creating a community. So it could be that you decide to go freelance, yeah? You launch something online over here with the Hierophant. Let me see what this new life is about. Give me a little bit more details. Creativity, guys. It's very much about creativity. It's very much what you wanted to do when you were little. Finding the right balance. Finding the right balance in life. Look at this Magician. Some of you are practitioners, guys. Some of you over here could be tarot readers. You could be somebody who works with magic. You could be somebody who works with runes, all sorts of things. But here you're making things happen. You're literally manifesting things. There's something about unlocking your ability to channel. Acting as a conduit. Being the leader, starting your own thing, bringing people together, doing things how you always wanted them to be done. Okay, so let's say you don't miss this opportunity, because I'm sure that you guys won't. Where is it going to lead you to? How will it change your life? How will it affect your life? It creates so many opportunities for you. It opens so many doors for you over here. You've been, there's almost like an energy. Give me a second. For some of you, it's acquiring multiple, like property development. For some of you, acquiring multiple properties, changing them into shops or residential buildings. Yeah. Because I'm seeing like they're showing me people coming from one place to another place to third place, yeah? Choosing something, choosing the environment. So for some of you, there's some sort of community that you're literally starting. Could be school, it could be something that you help people out with. And it opens so many doors, like literally when you thought you had to do things by yourself, there are people coming in from different directions to help you, to give you advice, to give you some sort of contracts, contacts. And it's almost like you didn't want to see those adjacent opportunities before, because there's a bit of a resistance that I'm sensing over here in the flow. Maybe you're somebody who likes to do things by themselves all of the time. And here they're saying you're learning how to work together. But this is what part of the community, being part of the community is. Working together. Not taking on way too much over here. Okay, show me what else. Learning how to relax. You guys, sometimes you have no chill. Learning how to relax. Waking up to the life where you don't have to constantly overwork yourself, tire yourself out. Learning to see that there's action in inaction. That being inactive is an action as well. And there's, you can still be productive when you're doing nothing. You're resting, you're thinking, you're meditating, you're chilling. And that's still an action. As an action. You guys might have been overworking yourself to avoid this feeling of loneliness, this feeling of not belonging. Yeah, this energy of the Three of Pentacles where you haven't been recognized as a person, as a talent, as an individual. And here your broken heart is being healed because there's finally an energy of acceptance. Where's the giraffe? There we go. There's the energy of acceptance of yourself in the first place. Very similar energies to option number one. They had attachment to a persona as well. And here you are detaching from this persona. You're waking up to a new life. Detaching from this persona that had to do everything by themselves, that were never part of a particular community. And you're having a lot more pleasure in your life. A lot more pleasure in your life. And literally, this is life-changing, option number two. Because it very much feels like you weren't allowing yourself pleasure. You weren't allowing yourself certain pleasures. It feels very much like a bit of a delayed happiness, delayed life syndrome, isn't it? Like, I'll be happy when, or I'll rest when, ... And here it's very different. Because you're like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna rest now. I'm gonna be happy now. I'm gonna be happy with every little achievement that I have now. I'm gonna pull out one more card because it feels very much like you guys, option number two, you're hungry. You're hungry for love, you're thirsty for love, you're thirsty for joy, and it's almost like this energy is like you want this new life, you want to imagine it, you want to be part of the community, but at the same time you're also very afraid of it. You're very afraid that this is all in your head, that it's all part of your imagination, that this is something that can't come through because of this attachment to being the one with a broken heart. And they're saying, no, that's not the case. You're much more powerful than you imagine. Because look at this, the fourth chakra. Archangel Raphael is very much about healing, and of course it's about healing of the heart, mostly. So the energy centers over here are being realigned with who you are. And your heart, they're telling me your heart is beating again. Yes, it has all those scars, but it's beating again. It's not crying anymore. It's happy, it's healed. Because you guys, you went through a lot over here. No doubt. No doubt. But here you're realizing that you don't only have reasons to cry, that there are also reasons to smile, to be happy. And you're allowing yourself to have this new life. So don't miss this opportunity. Don't miss this opportunity to take charge, to create the life that you want to create. By starting off with the intention first, by choosing your path. And claiming your gifts. That's another important thing, claiming your gifts. Okay, lovely. Option number two. This is where I'm going to end your reading. I hope you enjoyed it and it resonated. Claim its magic down in the comments below. If you guys are interested for in personal reading, do send me an email. The email is in the description box below. So that's the link to my Patreon page with over 80 exclusive videos to help you rediscover yourself and dig a little bit deeper within your beautiful selves. So make sure to check it out. Definitely worth a look. Alright, my darlings, take care now. Bye. Option number three, and welcome to your reading, guys. If you were drawn to this beautiful stone heart over here, let's find out what life-changing opportunities are coming through into your life within the next 1 to 2 months from whenever you're watching this timeless reading. Deeper knowing. Look at this. Interesting, it came out in reverse. Deeper knowing. This gives me the vibe of having the Hierophant and the Hermit come through in reverse. They're saying you have access to knowledge, but that knowledge was given to you in the wrong light. a lot of knowledge that you were trying to work off of, it was given to you under the wrong souls. I don't know. It's this energy of everything was turned upside down. And now you're gaining access to your intuition. You're gaining access to the energy of... You guys might have been dealing with a lot of toxic femininity over here. Some people told you that your value, your worth is only in your beauty, or only in your youth, or there's something that people have been telling you that's absolute and utter bullshit, but it's stuck with you for a very long time. And for a very long time you were operating from a place of fear, from a place of like some sort of time restraint. Okay. And it wasn't giving you peace. I mean, look at this. Even the colors in this cards are very similar. There is going to be a life-changing opportunity to finally gain peace of mind, make peace with yourself, make peace with the changes that your body goes through, with the changes that had to happen, things that you can't control. There's something about releasing control over here that's coming through. Deeper knowing, deeper understanding. Forgiveness is coming through very strongly. A transformation that's been taking place for a very, very long time over here. This egg is ready to hatch, yeah? You're almost ready to go into this energy of a new life where you're more peaceful, where your intuition is actually your intuition and not something that you have been told by somebody else, that has become such a big part of you that you kept thinking that this is your intuition. It's like you were misguided, and you're very, like, there's this energy of a lot of pent-up anger because you were misguided. So look at this. The universe is telling you there is going to be a life-changing opportunity over here to choose a new direction, a direction that gives you peace. And it very much feels like you're being given a choice of maybe more than just the two directions, yeah? Because there's so many arrows over here, and you come very close to them and you're like, okay, well, what does it say? And it says nothing. And you're like, okay, well, that's great. So how do I know where to go? And they're like, listen to your intuition. And you start listening to your intuition when it's upside down. And you're like, well, I can't hear shit, yeah? And they're like, that's because you're not listening to your intuition. Because your intuition is can't come from a place of anger or disturbance or all sorts of things that give you a place, like an energy of anxiety. So you've come to this place now again. There's something about making maybe a decision again, but with a different view, with a different perspective. Now your intuition is going to be able to help you see what's written on those arrows. Now you're going to be able to see a direction that you're going into, that you can choose to go in. And now you have an owl over here, you have an owl over here, you have monkeys. It feels very much like you're going to be connecting with your animalistic instincts over here as well. The universe is giving you an opportunity to connect to something other than your logic, other than your mind. Because so far it hasn't been working very well when it comes to making certain decisions. It's been serving its purpose in other things. But here it's something more. You will have an opportunity, a life-changing opportunity to go deeper within yourself. To think, to create, to make decisions from a deeper place, from a different place. From a more authentic phase. And yes, you might still think that there are going to be some mistakes, but it's no longer going to paralyze you. It's not going to stop you in your tracks. Because now you're wise enough to know that even if you do make a mistake, you can find your way out of it. And if we get very philosophical, there are no mistakes, there are just learning experiences, yeah? But that sounds like too vanilla and too cliche, so I'm not going to say that. But you are going to be connecting to your animalistic instincts and your intuition. A lot of you are going to be stepping into the archetype of an animal, so maybe read up on it. And owls, birds are very important for you right now. So let's take a look after this fork in the road. Message in the bottle. Okay, guys, so what I see, and again, very much like option number one, this is going to be very specific. It's going to get very specific. So for some of you, it might feel like a personal reading, and for others of you, it's just going to go over your head. You, option number 3, you have very deep, dormant psychic powers. And you might even have mediumship abilities, should you choose to embrace them. Your life is very connected to mystical things. Your life is very connected to subconscious, to shamanism, to psychology, psychiatry, to astrology. And you will be presented with an opportunity to explore those abilities more. Explore those abilities more. Connect to your intuition more, maybe make a living out of it. Maybe create a YouTube channel, open up a practice. Maybe just use those abilities in your everyday life. Like I said, it's not just the one direction. And it's not that if you go into one direction, you can't come back to that fork in the road. Becoming more flexible over here, seeing that you can try out one direction, see if it works for you. If not, come back. The deep knowing is the realization that there isn't just the one path. And you have to make that decision, and God forbid you make a mistake. No, it's realizing that you go and you try one thing and you get the wisdom that you need from that situation, and then you go and try and do another thing, and yes, maybe you mess up, maybe you don't. But it's trying, it's going, it's exploring. It's using your intuition to see not only the destination, but also the lesson within this. And not giving yourself shit and not giving yourself a hard time for supposedly messing up. So here you will have an opportunity to get to your deep knowing that's within you, to have some sort of activation, to maybe become much, much closer to 5D energies and the other Ds that are out there. Naughty, yeah? I'm talking about energies for now anyways. And you can connect to them. You can embrace that gift that you have, you can work on it to develop it, or you can choose to go in a different direction. Let's get clarification here. Deep knowing, you stop judging yourself, because it feels like there's an archetype of a judge over here, and it was reversed for a very long time, the same as deep knowing. And this is where you give yourself such a hard time for making mistakes, where you judge yourself really harshly, where you punish yourself by self-sabotaging for the mistakes that you made in the past. And here they're saying you will have an opportunity to stop doing that. Yeah? Like for you, option number 3, it's very important that you understand nobody's forcing you to do anything. These are only opportunities. Because you feel like there's an energy of like being quite stubborn. And that judge, especially when it comes to the shadow aspects, it's a very tough archetype to deal with. Very tough. Because judge in reverse is ruthless. But it came up upright for you. Piece of fear of missing out, fear of having made so many wrong decisions in your life, that people took advantage of you, you didn't take advantage of certain situations. There's loads of like, you know, like bees in your head and bzz, bzz, bzz. That all shuts down. Fork in the road. Yeah, this very much feels like accepting things that you can do and things that you can't do. Realizing that you're not superhuman. Leaving places where you're not appreciated. Message in a bottle that you didn't want to hear about your soul call. This is bringing you into the direction of finding your soul calling. And again, connecting, some of you might have felt very disconnected from your family, from your ancestral lineage, being very angry at them, mad at them, did not want to associate with them. But they have the support. And there's an energy of them having the support that they can give you at this particular moment. They could act as somebody who channels the energy from the other side. And again, it's very specific for some of you. For some of you, you're very good singers over here. Singers, public communicators. You could be somebody who's into motivational videos, motivational speeches. But your ancestors, like there's a disconnect to your ancestors, and they're saying that you have an opportunity to reconnect with them, to accept them with their all of their issues that they had, and you will do the same for yourself. Accept yourself with all of the issues that you have. So that inner judge, that inner critic gets a rest, yeah? From judging you. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look around the deck. If you take this opportunity, if you go deep within your intuition, if you connect with your ancestors, where is it going to lead you? You will stop seeing people as enemies. You will stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances. And you're going to be able to form very caring connections over here, to find your soul tribe, to connect to people who give a shit, yeah? Because I think for a lot of you, you've been feeling like people don't, and you've been surrounded by a lot of people who don't give a damn about you. And you let go of the need to prove yourself to something, to prove your choices to something. Again, it feels like you guys, option number 3, could be coming from a family dynamic where a lot of people were very hostile towards one another. And that maybe was preventing you from going into relationships, wanting to be part of any community, because you felt you couldn't relax there. You felt like you were better off by yourself. But it's just that you were wrong with you were around the wrong people. And then, you know, this is why you most probably didn't want to have anything to do with your ancestral lineage, anything to do with your family. You're like, screw them. I'm not part of them. I'm ashamed to have their last name. Yeah. And look at this, they're saying you're going to see how many doors you've closed for yourself by disconnecting. You're finding your power over here, and again, you're coming back to the doors that were previously closed for you. The door to spirit, the door to personal healing and happiness, because it very much like this whole thing, guys, there's going to be a life-changing opportunity to forgive. To sum it all up, to forgive. And once this forgiveness of yourself, of the past, of your ancestors takes place, these energies all start turning around. They all start turning around. And you get your carrying connections and you get your strength back. Look at this. But it's different kind of strength to hostilities, very different kind of strength. This is the strength of knowing, you know, who you are. Knowing who you are and knowing that you're not going to sink, you're going to swim, regardless of what the situation is. So that's what I have for you. Lovely option number 3. I hope you enjoyed it and it resonated. Claim the magic of this reading down in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, you know the drill. For personal readings, send me an email. The email's in the description box below. And if you guys want to rediscover yourselves even more and support me as a creator, consider taking a look at my Patreon page. The link to it is also in the description box below. It has over 80 exclusive videos, additional discounts on personal readings, and much, much more. So make sure to check it out. Alright, my darlings, take care now. Bye.